think solutions. No matter what is going on in your life, don't ever think that you are the only one that have problems. You're not the only one that has problems. We all have problems. Life is hard for all of us. None of us are exempt. The problems make us stronger. They test our faith. We're able to, if you're thinking about it, you're able to think creatively, but we are all problem solvers if we allow ourselves to be. So think solutions. Think about, and I like to think on paper. I got this from Earl Nightingale. Think on paper. Just write it down on a piece of paper. At the top of the paper, write whatever your problem is. And then just write down as many solutions as you can. Try to come up with at least 25 solutions. What can you do to solve the problems that you have in your life? You could just take one problem per page, per sheet of paper, and write down what can you do to solve your problems. You will be surprised. You could save yourself a lot of heartache and pain and stress if you just sit down and write down at the top of the paper what is your problem, and then write down the solutions, and then start working on those solutions. Just do one at a time. Just do the easiest one if you have to, but just one at a time. So I'm often surprised when people come to me and they say, okay, this is my problem. Can you help me? Well, a lot of times we don't even have to wait on somebody to tell us what to do. We can Google it. It's like things are so much easier now for us. We don't have to figure it out. But if you just sit down and write down what your problem is, you can write down, as many solutions as you can think of, and then you can leave it and come back. You can come up with way more solutions. So we got to think about, we got to become solution oriented. We got to stop thinking about our problems all the time, because what happens is when we think about our problems all the time, they just get bigger and bigger, and we get away from being able to solve them because they get so huge. We get overwhelmed. But think about today. Think about what you can do to solve your own problem. You don't have to tell anybody else what's going on in your life. You don't have to do that ever again. You could just sit down and say, okay, this is the problem. What can I do to solve it? And just start writing down the solutions that you have. It doesn't matter how stupid they sound. It doesn't matter how ridiculous. Just write them down, and you will be surprised at the usable solutions, the things that you could really do to solve your own problems. And you will be more happier. People will love to be around you because now you are a problem solver, not just for yourself, but you can tell somebody else, this is how you solve your problem. Don't do this. Solve your problem on your own. I believe in taking it to God in prayer, but I believe also that he says faith without works is dead. So we got to do something if we want things to change. And so I get it. People are in love with problems. I get it that people are in love with the attention that they get because they have all these problems. But when you get tired of being stuck in a rut with your problem, you can change it. You can change it. You can literally change it. I mean, a lot of us, we can change it overnight because we can change our attitude about the problem. We can say, okay, I ain't gonna put up with this no more. I'm not gonna do this anymore. This don't make no sense. This is not for me. You could just change it. You can change it. And the situation might not change today, but when you change your attitude about the problem, you'll look around and just in a short time, you can literally change your life to be what you want it to be. And I know for a fact that if you change, your situation is going to change. It's no way around it. If you change, the situation is going to change. If you change the way you look at your situation, it's going to change. So we spend way too much time glamorizing our problems. Way too much time. We just got to stop and say, okay, what can I do? What can I do to solve this problem? Because I believe too that not only can we solve our own problems, but within that problem is an opportunity. There's a seed for an opportunity. There's something great out of that, because once you overcome that problem, you can help somebody else solve their problem, and you can make money doing it. So how about that? You can make that problem, that pain that you overcame, a business. You don't have to just stay in a rut just trying to get attention. You can get attention because you solved your own problem. You came up with solutions. You got creative. You said, okay, wait, this is happening. Okay, I can do this. You can just solve it yourself. You don't have to go run and tell anybody else. Nobody else can save you. You can save yourself. You can figure out what to do right now. If you don't know, if you don't want to write it down, if you're lazy, just go Google it. Okay, how do I do this? How do I overcome this? Just go Google it if you don't want to do it for yourself. But you can come up with a lot more things that you're willing to do if you write it down yourself. But I like Google. Just Google it. If you want to Google it, just Google it. But you can solve your own problems today. So think solution oriented. Always think solution oriented. What can you do to solve your own problems? So I hope this helps you solve your problems.